Hey guys, it is Greg again. Have a request on a coin called KuCoin, and I'm not going to go over it. I think everybody's in the cryptoverse knows what KuCoin is. It's actually a pretty good exchange. People have a bad taste about it. I've not had any. I've had a couple bad experiences with KuCoin, just receiving tokens. So if you send KuCoin USDT, you pretty much get it instantly. But if you send them to USDC, if you send them USDC, it might take 1 day, might take 3 days, or might take 3 weeks. So they're pretty slow on some stuff. You just have to figure out KuCoin and how to get around it. But I do like KuCoin. I think it's pretty good. So KuCoin's been around for a while. It's been trading. I'm on CoinTrader Pro to make sure I had all the data. Has been trading since 2017. And personally, I think that this structure right here might confuse some people if they're going to put this together in Elliott waves. It is in a bullish setup right now. I think it's in a second wave correction. I'll go over that in just a second. But I think some people may, try to say that this is like a wave 1, 2, and then it might be making another impulse over here to finish this whole sequence. I don't think so. I think if you can see here on this move up, and then it came down and it broke that low, so you can't call this a impulse. So some sort of corrective, and it came down in a 3-wave move, and it shot up again, and it completed everything on this correction, and this is where it started its impulse. And the reason I say that, if you take a look at this move, there's very little divergence, and it looks to me more like a corrective move up. So I'm not going to count that. I don't think that I think this has to do with the correction. It came down here, it finished it up, and if you look on this second wave, it came down nice and deep on the weekly. You take a look at it on the weekly, guys. Let me remove this for the time being. You take a look on the weekly. See, it's first wave, second wave, and that second wave came down nice and deep. Okay, so that was a nice deep correction for that second wave. So this to me is all corrective. Came down, finally completed it, and then it was able to make a bullish move right there, starting right there. So it just had to suss itself out for a while and get here. Now, I'm going to go over this and show you guys some stuff just so you can see on these corrections. So the reason I'm going with that one is the time from, let me go with that again. So the time it had to do this second wave correction is about 119 days. And if you take the fourth wave correction, it took about 42, you could maybe say, it's a pretty short amount of time. You could say maybe 70 days. It kind of depends on that, but more like about 50 days. So this correction flows more with this one down here. So that's the one I have to go with, and not this one. That's the other thing is too. And if you throw some fib retracements on here, you can see that correction was nice and deep for a second wave, all the way down to the 886. Hit it right on the nose. Okay. Just to verify. So I call that the second. And then up on a third, you want to see at least a 1.618. And let's see, it went 3.6. So it whizzed up there high. So third wave, and then you have your 3, and then your 5th of your third. You can see that with the divergence right there on the weekly. Okay, so that's good. Your 3, and then it looks like an ending diagonal on a 5th with your massive amount of divergence. And this was your clue right here to get out of that coin. And the other thing is too, to let you guys know, be aware of it. This is like a ending, what would be sort of like an ending diagonal. So it'd be kind of like that. Okay, some weird ending diagonal that it did. And usually with ending diagonals, in Elliott wave theory, they have very abrupt and deep corrections. And this hasn't had it yet. It doesn't look like. Most people think the correction may be over there. I don't think it is. I'm going to look at that closer for you. So here's the count. Like that. Okay. So now KuCoin is in a second wave correction. And if you take a look at this weekly retracement from that wave all the way to the 5th, you know, it's only come down to 0.382. Take a look at it off log. How does it look? Came down pretty decent. Still don't think it's deep enough yet, guys. I don't think so. I think it has a little bit more to do. So KuCoin's count, KuCoin will be going into a third wave. Okay, like that. So I'm going to take that off. KuCoin will be coming down. So we got to see where this second wave is going to go. Now let me go out to the daily. All right, yeah, so look at that. Yeah, that came way down. Take that off. A lot of people probably would think that that's the end of a correction. Let me check the fib on the daily, guys, just to make sure. That whole leg, probably not, guys. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not going to go with the correction is over right there. So KuCoin needs to probably, that's probably an ABC move there. Looks like a nice ABC move that it made. Looks pretty good. Like that. And then a 3-wave move up. You can see it here in the RSI. So that would be an X wave. And then, yeah, it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's in a B wave, guys. It's in a B wave pump, massive pump. And then it needs to come back down like that. So it's the whole move it needs to do is sort of like WX and then down for a Y is what I would say. And then with KuCoin, you'll see better retracement of that whole leg. This could take a while, guys. You know, you really want to see it down here, 50% of that leg. Let me go 50% of the third wave. Just a second. Where's this full wave from here? Yeah, you're really going to want to see KuCoin at $4, in my opinion. Where's the rectangle? More in this area. Take it off log. You see, that's going to be a better correction, guys. I think it's in a B wave pump and it needs to come down a lot more. So, you know, the reaction there that it had is really, really nice. And I think a lot of people are going to think that that is a, let me go to the 4-hour, is the end of the correction. And I just don't think so. You know, what kind of move is that? You know, there's no divergence there, guys. It's a B wave. It might even go up higher. This whole B wave could pump real high because that could be the A, B, and then like this. It would have been a good trade for sure. It could go up like that, guys. It could go way up there like that on the daily. Let's see. Yeah, man, this is going to trick some people. They're going to think it's bullish. They're going to think it's bullish, and it's going to just probably whiz back down real aggressively on that C leg, is my guess. It's going to have to do that. It's going to just come way down here, guys. It's more than likely is going to be my guess. You know, it just hasn't retraced enough. It just hasn't retraced enough right now. I'd be very careful in this coin, because if it's going to whiz like that, it could come back down and whiz back up there again. Just like I think Bitcoin's going to go up and this will go up like that. So, I mean, honestly, just depending on the markets, this area up here you know, you could set some targets up here for this coin and actually get a good short, you know, to play that if you want. That's what I would be looking for right now. Instead of not going long, I'd be waiting for a setup for this coin to see what would happen, where it's going to land. It could go back up to, what's it trading at right now? About what? 14, you know, it could go back up to, so it's at 15, you know, it could go back up to $20 and then whiz back down on this leg, guys. So, and then that would be the second wave, corrects that second wave. And then, you know, down, you know, 4 to 3. Let's see here. And then you'd be looking at, you know, minimum $48 for this coin. That's the number 2. I got the 2 on there. They like to hit that target, but I would say more that along those lines are the areas. 75, you know, maybe even over 100, but those would be the areas I'd be looking for it on this wave. And if it does correct down there, you're looking at, you know, 11x, potential 14x, and depending on how bullish the markets are, near 20x. So it's a coin I would definitely be careful in right now, guys, for longs. And then I would look for a short setup, because it's gotta do that leg. You see 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then this, I doubt it could be an expanded flat. I doubt it's that. Some people might say it's expanded flat and the correction is over, but I don't think so. It's got to hit those 90%. So let's see what it does retrace. Yeah, it didn't hit 90%, guys. It's got to hit up here at 90%, be considered expanded flat. So it's all part of the same sequence, more than likely. Take a look at it again, the 4 hour. You know, you could say that's an ABC. You could, the count could say ABC like this. It whizzed down on that like that. Some sort of flat Titan move. You could say that. Yeah, that's pretty far. They usually don't go past the 2.618. That's a 3.618. And it's a super reaction off of here. And you see there's no divergence on that move. You can't call that an impulse. There's no divergence. I mean, there's probably, if you go to the lower time frame, you could get it. You know, it build up a divergence. You see how it kind of leveled out. That's characteristic of an impulse move, but a corrective, a zigzag. You see there the peak, and then it just levels off. So more than likely, guys, it is an ABC. So KuCoin is going to whiz up, possibly to the $20 areas, and then that, in my opinion, would be your short area in that area. Just let it roll up there. Actually, I might take a look at this coin for a short coming up, because, you know, if Bitcoin goes up to, say, 32 or something, they could drag it up here, and then you can play that. So I would just be careful if in the coin for in the time being. I'd let it suss itself out. I think a lot of traders are probably, or maybe people are thinking that was a bottom, and they're gonna, you know, trading it is great. You know, you just want to have an exit, in my opinion, and then it's going to swing back down, something like that. It might not be as much. That's where I would like to see it, though. I like to see it come down to these areas at least, you know, 5, 7, and then down here is even better. Thanks for watching. Peace.